In the last class, we seen till difference between new column and new measures. And we will even discuss when to create the new tables in the coming class. So far we understand when to create the columns, when to create the measures. And in the coming class, we'll see when to create the new tables also. Sometimes we'll create some new tables. When to create it, we'll see. Now, we'll talk about, so in the DAX, you need to learn two things. Whenever we need to create the new information, new columns or measures, new columns or new measures, we need to use functions and operators. Let's talk what are the different operators we have. Let me open Power BI desktop. Let us load some tables into the Power Pivot. Yes?
Actually, yesterday you have shown one table. There is a difference between columns and measures. Where can I find that table?
Power Pivot material. I shared one material with the name Power Pivot material. So in the Power Pivot material, you will find it.
Okay. That has already come or what?
I shared a mail to you, Power Pivot material mail. So in that mail, you can find it.
Okay. I'll check. I'll check.
Let me load the tables. EMP, DEPT and manages tables. Click on load. And let me even load orders table also. Orders table also. Let me load orders table also. Fine. Now I have the tables. So now let's go and discuss about this operators. What are the different operators we have? We'll discuss now. Let me go to D drive. These are the different operators we have. So we have different types of operators, guys. Arithmetic operators, comparison operators, text concatenation operators, and logical operators. Logical operators. Let me write it here. Types of operators. Types of operators. So as part of operators, first, sometimes while writing the formulas, we might need to use arithmetic operators. Last class itself, we seen it. In the EMP table, when you want to get total salary, I used arithmetic operator called plus. So for every row, when I need a value, I click on new column and we return the formula. In the formula, we return salary column plus commission column. This plus is an arithmetic operator. And the same way, I want to derive the unit price. I have sales by quantity, guys. If you look at this here, I have a sales value and quantity value. I want to derive the unit price. Sales by quantity equal to unit price. So when you want to divide, you want to use this arithmetic operator. So how in other languages, we have arithmetic operators for addition plus, for subtraction, for multiplication, for division, for one column to the power of another column. You can use these operators in DAX also. Same way, comparison operators. Sometimes when you are writing the formulas, we need to compare and we need to write the formulas. We need to compare and we need to write the formulas. Let's take an example. I want to increment the salary for employees where salary equal to, where department number equal to 10, guys. I want to increment the salaries for employees who belongs to only 10th department. For 10th department employees, I want to increment the salary by 1000. For all other employees, I need to have the same salary. Only for 10th department employees, we need to increment salary by 1000. Salary and 1000. And for all other departments, 20, 30 other departments, we need to have the same salary. We need to have the same salary. For that, what I need to do? Click on new column. So this time, I want to revise the salary of the employee. Revised salary or salaries, revised salary. You can give any column name. After equal to, we need to write the formula, guys. While writing the formula, this time, I need to check the condition, guys. I need to check the condition. If I'm using, whenever we need to check any condition, we can use if function, DAX function. If department number equal to 10, when this condition is true, so department equal to 10, that I'm using equal to a comparison operator. If you look at this here, equal to, not equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, all this comes under comparison operators. So whenever there is a requirement, we might need to use it. Now I am using a comparison operator equal to, when department number equal to 10, what I need to do? I need to increment the salary by 1000. When this condition is true, what you need to do? Result if true, I want to increment the salary by 1000. When this condition is false, what I need to do? I need to have the same salary. When this condition is false, I need to have the same salary. Just close it, press enter, guys. Press enter. When you go and check it here, you'll see for 10th department employees, the salary got incremented by 1000. For all other department employees, you are seeing the same salary. So if you see this formula, the requirement is something like, when you find a department number 10, increment the salary by 1000. When you find any other department, show the same salary. To write it, I written the formula there. Right? We written the formula there. So in that formula, what are the things I used? So in that formula, I use existing column called department number column, existing column called salary column. I use existing information, and in that formula we use operators. Equal to is a operator, plus is a operator. We use operator, comparison operator and arithmetic operator. And we use DAX function also. If it's a DAX function, sometimes to achieve the requirement, we need to use all of them, guys. If you see, so we will use existing information, DAX functions, operators, and constants. Sometimes we'll even write constants also. If you see, this 1000 is a constant, guys, constant. So when you write the formula will contains all this, guys. When you check this formula, so here salary and department number are existing columns, existing information or existing columns. In the above formula, what is the existing information I used? Department number column and salary column. Along with that, we use operators. So we use DAX functions also. We use DAX function. What is the DAX function I used here? If. DAX function I used if here. DAX function if. We used if. And then along with the DAX function, we use operators also. Along with the DAX functions, we use operators. We use comparison operator and arithmetic operator. We use operators like what? We use plus, comma, we use equal to. These are the two operators I used it. Sometimes we'll even use constants also. Constants. To fulfill the requirement, we might need to use the constant like salary plus 1000. 1000 is a constant. We use some constant values, guys, 1000. Like this, to write the formula at max. When you write any formula, in that formula, what are the things you will see at max is, you'll see existing information, DAX functions, operators, and constants, guys. Maximum, these are the things you can see in any formula, any DAX formula. Right. So we will go and see when we will use other operators also. For now, we understand at a high level when to use this comparison operator equal to. In the going forward classes, I'll use every operator to achieve some requirement. We'll be having different requirements. To achieve the requirement, what we will do? To achieve the requirement, we will try to use every option what we have. We'll try to use every options what we have here. Okay. And there are some cases where we need to use text concatenation operators. So if you want to concatenate one column with another column, we can use ampersand, guys. Text concatenation operator. So look at this. When I want to derive the quarter here, so I have a orders table. In the orders table, I have order date column. From the order date, I want to derive quarter. When I want to derive the quarter from the order date, click on new column. We have a function with the name quarter function. When I want to derive the quarter, you have a function with the name quarter, guys. Quarter. When I use quarter function, from which date column I need to derive the quarter function? Order date column. When I pass order date column, when I press enter, it will show quarter number here. So instead of having the quarter number here, so this quarter is a DAX function. From order date column, the date belongs to which quarter we are deriving it. Instead of just showing the number, better to concatenate a text called QTR. Before this, I want to concatenate a text. Whenever you need to concatenate text anywhere, you can use an operator called what? Ampersand. Text concatenation operator is ampersand, guys. So I want to concatenate a text here. Quarter. Always you need to write hard-coded text in double quotes, guys. Whenever you need to use any hard-coded text in the formula, I need to use in double quotes. I need to concatenate this text. This is a hard-coded text, QTR, and one space with the quarter number what we are getting. When I press enter, it will give QTR3, QTR4, something like this. Now you can show in the visuals. Whenever you need to concatenate a text, you can go and use QTR. So ampersand, guys. This is one text and this is another value. Whenever you need to concatenate something, you can go and use ampersand here. So that is text concatenation operator. We'll even discuss it. And then logical operators. There are some cases when both the conditions are true, do this. When both the conditions are false, do this. When like this, when you want that kind of requirement, when I have that kind of requirement, what I need to do? So what we need to do is, when you have a requirement like this, so we need to go and use logical operators. When any one of the condition is true, if you want to show something, you need to go with double pipe. Double pipe is nothing but or operator, or logical function, or operator. So if both the conditions are true, double ampersand, and so we will discuss it, guys. We will discuss extensively. For now, what is our requirement is, I want to increment the salary for, so previously in the EMP table, I incremented the salary for only 10th department employees. I want to increment the salary for 10th departments as well as 20th department employees also. When I want to increment the salary for both 10th department and 20th department, when department number equal to 10 or when department number equal to 20, I need to increment the salary, guys. I need to increment the salary. Click on new column. And so I want to increment the salary for revised salary for both 10th department as well as 20th department, both 10th and 20th. So now again you need to write the condition like this. If department number equal to 10, I want to increment the salary by 1000. So else I need to show same salary. When you go like this, it will increment the salary for only 10th department. It will not increment the salary for other departments. It will increment the salary for only 10th department. If you want to increment the salary for other departments, how can I increment it? So EMP department number equal to 10 or double pipe, or department number equal to 20. You don't bother anything here, what we are writing. You will understand every formula what I am writing here. This time, whether department number equal to 10 or department number equal to 20, it will increment the salary by 1000. So if you go and see 10th department, it got incremented the salaries. 20th department, it got incremented the salaries. Other than 10 and 20, you'll see the same salaries. So when either one of the condition is true, when you want to do something, you need to use a double pipe, guys. double pipe, or operator, or operator. And when both the conditions are true, if you want to do something, you need to use double ampersand. We'll discuss practically. So when you want to check multiple OR conditions, there are 5-6 OR conditions. Instead of using multiple pipes, instead of using multiple pipes, I can use in operator, I guess. I can use in operator. Instead of using multiple pipes, when you want to check multiple OR conditions, we can just go and use in operators. Every operator we will be using while writing the formulas in the coming classes. For now, just understand these are the different operators we have, and I given for each category of operators one example. Like this, while deriving something, we will utilize the operators. Without the operators also, you cannot achieve something. When sometimes we cannot achieve the requirement what we have. Someone is asking, I want to increment the salary for 10th department different values and 20th department different values. You want to write the formula in such a way. For 10th department you are incrementing by 1000, or for 20th department I want to increment by 2000. For 20th department, when you want to increment by 2000, this formula will not work. In that case, click on new column. So I'll write R sal 1. So I want to write for 10th department, if department number equal to 10, I want to increment the salary by 1000. For 20th department employees, I want to increment the salary by 2000. So when I want to increment 20th department, you will not understand what I'm writing here. Might be you will understand this in the coming classes. So when department number equal 20, I want to increment the salary by 2000 here. Else I need to show the same salary. This is the formula which you need to write, guys. So what it will do is, if department number is coming as 10, it will increment the salary by 1000. So if department number is not 10, if it is other than 10, it will check it. If department number is 20, it will increment the salary by 2000. If it is not 10, if it is not 20, it will show the same salary. When you execute this form, it will increment for each department different values. If you look at this 10th department, was incremented by 2000. 3000 plus 2000 equal to 5000. For all other departments, if I need to know nested if, we call it as if within a if. So we can even write the same condition with less code. We will see how to write the formulas. Any questions about the operators? Any questions about operators?
Exponentation.
One column to the power of another column. One column to the power of another column. So take an example. I want department to the power of 2. I want 10 square, 20 square, something like this. You can click on new column, department. You can use department number column to the power. Exponent, what you are trying to ask?
Exponent means what?
Power.
Okay, so it means square root means. Okay.
Square root is different. Power, one column to the power of another column. Power. Square root is different, right?
Okay, fine.
Power.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Do we have any operator to find substring or index or something?
See, functions, we have functions, text functions.
Okay, so there we can find the substring or index or something, right?
Right. You can find the functions.
Okay.
Fine, guys. Now, let's go and discuss about some text functions. What are the text functions we have? Let's start discussing about it. Text functions. So we are done with discussing about the operators. Yes.
We will discuss in detail about operators in further next coming classes.
What is that?
We will discuss operators in further in coming classes in detail.
Yeah, we will discuss it. If you have any questions, clarify your questions. We'll discuss it. So when I go to When I go and write the formulas everywhere, so when I go and write the formulas here, I'll use equal to, greater than, all other operators, or pipe operator, double pipe, uh, in operator, and so every operator we will use it. Every operator, somehow when I'm writing the formulas, we'll use it. If you have any questions, you can clarify now itself. Fine. Now we need to start with functions, guys. So there are different categories of functions. DAX functions. Whatever the functions I have, we categorize all the functions into multiple categories. We categorize all the DAX functions into what? Multiple categories. DAX text functions, logical functions, date and time functions, filter functions, mathematical and statistical functions, time intelligence functions. What are the functions we have in the DAX? We categorized into multiple categories. First, we'll go and discuss about text functions. And then we'll discuss about logical functions. And then we'll discuss about date and time functions, then filter functions, then mathematical and statistical functions, and then time intelligence functions. Let's start with text functions. Text functions. Text functions. What are the text functions we have? We'll discuss, guys. First function is alien function. Alien function. Alien function. There is a DAX function with the name len. So, which will give the length of the string, guys. I have a employee name. I want to know how many characters I have in employee name. So that means for every employee, I need to get number of characters in the name. For every row, when you need a value, you need to click on what? New column, guys. Click on new column and give the column name as what? Column name as length of ename column. Length of ename, employee name column. You can give any name here. And I want to use a function called alien function. When you use any function in the DAX, it will tell you what arguments you need to pass. What arguments you need to pass to that function, it will tell you, guys. What arguments it will pass, you need to pass to this function, it will explain. And when you pass any argument here, it will tell you what it is going to return. Return the number of characters in the text string. So to the alien function, we need to pass either a hard-coded text or either a text column. So when you pass it, it will tell you a number of characters in that string. When I pass my name, so whenever you need to pass any hard-coded text, you need to pass it in double quotes. Whenever in DAX formulas, if you want to pass any hard-coded text like this, you need to pass it in the double quotes. When I ask length of Sunil Kumar, it will give 11 as the output. For every row, you get 11, guys. So I don't want length of this. I want length of employee name column. You can even pass the name column, ename column, ename column. When you pass ename column here, in ename, how many characters will have? Clark, 5 characters. King, 4 characters. So it is giving number of characters in the employee name column. Then the next function is concatenate. So you have an ampersand to concatenate, or you can even go with concatenate function. Take an example. I want to create a report here. I want to show employee name and department number in one column. Employee name and department number column. So instead of showing employee name and department number in 2 columns, I want to show employee name hyphen department number. I want to show employee name hyphen department number. So I want to show in one column. One second. I want to show employee name and department number both in one column, guys. When you want to show employee name and department number both in one column, what we can do? What we can do is simply first you need to concatenate them. So I want to show like this, department number, or else, so Adams hyphen 20. I need to combine the two and I want to show it. When you want to combine the two columns, one way to combine the two columns is click on new column, and I want to show here employee name hyphen department number. So if you want to show like this, you can use employee name column, and there is an operator called ampersand, and you can use department number column. When you do that, it will not giving any hyphen between it. So these are two columns. It is concatenating two columns. Between them you need hyphen. Hyphen is one more text, right? Hyphen is one more text.
Unmuted.
So ampersand, under concatenation, you want to use hyphen here first. Employee name, to that we are concatenating one hyphen first. To the employee name you are concatenating a hard-coded text called hyphen. To this result, I need to concatenate department number. Go and use another ampersand. Go and use department number here. Go and use department number. Now it got both of them here, ename and department number. So you can just drag that ename and department number column so that you can see both of them in single column. Whenever you need to concatenate multiple columns into one column, you can use ampersand, or you can even go and use concatenate function. So the same result, how can I get it using concatenate function? Click on new column. I want ename and department, ename hyphen department using concatenate case, using concatenate. When I want ename and department using concatenate, I can use ename column. So first I can go and use concatenate function, concatenate. So concatenate function, you can pass two columns, text1 and text2. The text1 column is ename column. The text2 column is department number column. Close this, press enter. You'll get so again side by side you want an hyphen. Hyphen is another text. One concatenate. So when you take any function, that function will tell you what parameters, what arguments you need to pass. You need to pass text1 one argument, text2 another argument. So what this concatenate function will do? Joins two text strings into one text string, guys. It will join two text strings into one text string. Then you can just close this. So you will get it. Instead of this, I want a hyphen, right? So it's a third. You want to add hyphen here, hyphen. So this code will add hyphen after job, employee name. After that, I want department number. So to this I need to complete this as one text, and to this I need to add another text called department number. You want to use another concatenate function. Use concatenate function, and all this is text1. And what is text2? Text2 is what? Department number, guys. Press enter. So you can use both are same. One is using DAX functions, another one is using DAX operator called ampersand, text concatenation operator. When you have a function, when you have an operator, better to go with operator. Code readability is good, and even people will tell that when you use operators, so performance will be good, right? Either one we can use it. And whenever we need a substring, so from the left side, I want a part of string, you can use left function, guys. Look at this here. I have orders table. In the orders table, I have a order ID column. In the order ID column, I want first two characters from the left hand side. When you want first two characters, substring from the left hand side, click on new column. Click on new column. You will find a function with the name left. So just use the left function. And what is the column from which you want left side? A part of string order ID column. So when you take any function, it will tell you what arguments you need to pass. I need to pass one text column and the number of characters I want. I need to pass text, and from that text how many characters I want. From the left side, I want how many characters? 2 characters. When you pass text, when you pass number of characters, it will tell you, it will give the number of characters you asked from the left side, guys. Right. So when I ask 2 here, So one thing you need to observe is this argument is not there in the square bracket, and this argument is there in the square bracket. When you find any argument in the square bracket, it's an optional argument, guys. When you find any argument in the square bracket, it means what? When we find any argument in square brackets, it's optional. It's optional argument. It's an optional argument. When you find any argument in the square brackets, it's an optional argument, guys. So here, so when optional arguments, you might skip it. When you skip any optional argument, it will take default one value, guys. So here number of characters you have, right? When I don't pass any number of characters, as it is there in the square bracket, even when I don't pass it, it will work. So when I don't pass any optional argument, so it will by default, it will take one value. By default, you will have a default value here. The default value is 1, guys. Number of characters, when you don't pass any argument here, so by default it will take 1. When I don't pass anything here, from the left side it will give 1 character. So it is giving just 1 character from the left side. So this requirement, now the requirement is not 1 character from the left side. I want 2 characters. When you want 2 characters other than 1, you need to mention manually, right? Just close this, and from the left side you will get 2 characters here. Left side 2 characters. Same way, from the right side I want 6 characters here. This 6 I want it. From the right side, when you want the 6, you can go and use which function this time? Right function. There is another function, right function. Take the right function, and what is the column? Order ID column. From which column you need right side characters? Order ID column. How many characters you want? I want 6 characters from the right hand side. So when I press enter, it will give last 6 numbers, guys, here. Same way, when you want middle characters, there is a function with the name mid, guys. So take an example in the order ID. I want middle characters. This 2016, 17, 14, you have, right? I want the middle 4 characters. When you want the middle characters, there is a function with the name mid function. Mid. You can use mid function here. And in which text you want middle characters? First thing, in mid function, what is the first argument? Text column. From order ID column, I want middle characters. What is the starting position? C is 1, A is 2, hyphen is 3. I want starting from 4th character. Start position. I want starting from 4th character. Start with 4. And starting from 4th character, how many characters I want? I want 4 characters. Starting from 4th character, 1, 2, 3, 4 characters I want. So starting from 4th character, I want 4 characters. Press enter. So you'll get middle text, guys. Right? Mid function will give the middle characters. Whenever you need to convert any text to uppercase, you have a function called upper function. So most of the things, when you want to derive the columns, we will derive in Power Query. For some reasons, if you want to derive in Power Pivot, you can utilize these functions, guys. So when we are deriving the columns, most of the cases we will derive the columns in Power Query itself. For some reasons, if you want to derive, you can use these functions. I want to convert customer name to uppercase. Click on new column, and you can select a function with the name upper. You can give column name anything here. After that, when you take upper function, it will tell you what arguments you need to pass. To the upper function, we need to pass one text column. I want to pass customer name column. When I pass customer name column, it will convert the text to uppercase case. Same way, if you want to convert the text to lowercase, you have a function with the name lower. So lower function also, you need to pass one text column. It will convert the text to lowercase case. Complete text, it will convert to lowercase. And trim function, if you have any spaces, it will trim the spaces. Take an example in EMP table. I have a column, new column here, which contains lot of spaces. The column name I'll give is space. So there is one column with the name of which contains starting few spaces and middle some spaces and ending some spaces. There is a column which contains spaces in it. Look at this. This column contains lot of spaces. Let me increase the size. What is happening? Fine. If you see this column contains starting spaces, and middle I have some spaces, and at the end I have some spaces. I want to remove all the spaces. Whenever you need to remove any spaces, you have a function called trim function. Trim function will trim the spaces. Click on new column. So I'll use trim function. So you can take the column and you can write trim, and what you need to pass? A text column. I can pass a column with the name space. So what it will do? What you need to pass, it will tell you. In the bottom, what it will do, it will explain. Trim function will remove all the spaces from a text string except for single space between the words. Even between the two words, even between the two words, it will keep only one space case. Even between the two words, it will keep only one space. Just close this, press enter. So look at this, it got removed the starting spaces, it got removed the ending spaces, it keeps only one space even in the between. Trim function. Right? The next function is substitute function. Substitute function. What is that substitute function? Sometimes we need to substitute one text with another text. Look at this. I have a orders table where I have an order ID column. Wherever I have hyphen, I want to substitute with comma. Wherever I have hyphen in the order ID column, I want to substitute with comma. Click on new column. Substitute function. So take substitute function. In which column you need to substitute the values? Order ID column. Order ID column. And in the order ID column, what I need to substitute? Substitute in order ID column. In the order ID column, what is the old text? So any hard-coded text you need to give in double quotes, guys. Hyphen. So wherever hyphen is there, old text. In the order ID, wherever hyphen is there, I want to substitute with new text. What is the new text I need to substitute? In order ID, wherever hyphen is there, I need to substitute with comma. And instance number. So what is that instance number? So instance number, where you are seeing, I'm seeing the instance number in the square bracket, guys. Instant number I'm seeing in the square bracket. When the instance number is in the square bracket, that means it's an optional. So I will skip it for now. I'll come back and I'll discuss. When I press enter, it will substitute wherever comma is there. CA hyphen. It keep comma here. 2000 hyphen you have. It keep comma. Whenever you need to substitute one string with another string, you can go and use substitute function. Here, so I don't want to substitute both the hyphens. I want to leave the first hyphen. I want to substitute only second hyphen. I want to substitute only second hyphen with comma. When you want to substitute only second hyphen with comma, how can I substitute it? Substitute in which column? What is this text? You want to substitute with what? I want to substitute with comma. This time you need to mention instance number. When you want to substitute for all the instances, for all the hyphens, when you want comma, you don't want to pass it. This time I don't want to substitute for all the hyphens. I want to substitute only for second hyphen. That means I need to mention instance number as 2. Instance number as 2. When I mention 2, it will substitute with only second. First time when you got hyphen, it is not touching it. Only for the second time, when it got hyphen, it got substituted with comma. Right. The next one is replace case. Sometimes we want to replace a text with some stars. Take an example. So when you see account numbers or mobile numbers, they don't reveal all the mobile number or they don't reveal all the account numbers in the bills. So when credit card bill is generating, they don't show all the numbers. Take an example, mobile number is there, 9989027424. I have a mobile number here. So when you have a mobile number, when you show this mobile number in the report, I don't want to show all the number as it is. For each employee or for each customer, we have a different mobile numbers. We have a different mobile numbers. For each customer, when you have a different mobile number, for each customer, when you have a different mobile number, so I don't want to show complete mobile number. I want to reveal only last 4 numbers. First 6 numbers I need to show with 6 stars. First 6 numbers I want to show with 6 stars. Only I want to reveal last 4 numbers, or else whatever it is. For now, first 6 numbers I want to show stars. Only last 4 numbers I want to reveal it. So when you want to do like that, you need to use a function called replace function. Replace. Let me click on new column. I want to replace in which column? Mobile column. Replace. There is a function with the name replace. What is the old text in which you want to replace? I want to replace in mobile number column. And what is the starting position? Starting from first character till 6 characters. Starting from first character still 6 characters. You want to replace with what? I want to replace with 6 stars. I want to replace with 6 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stars. What it will do is, wherever mobile number is coming, whether this number or whatever the number, first starting from first character to 6 characters, it will replace with 6 stars. Remaining last 4 it will show as it is. When I press enter, it will replace first 6 characters with stars, remaining 4 numbers. You can use this column in the visuals. Whenever we need to hide some number or hide some text base with stars or with anything, you can go and use replace function. Replace. The next one is blank. There is a function with the name blank. So there are some cases in the output I need to show some blank values. Blank values. Take an example. I want to derive a quantity. Quantity is nothing but what? Sales divide, sorry, I want to derive unit price. To derive the unit price, we need to write sales by quantity. Click on new column. I want to derive unit price, guys. Unit price. Unit price. When you want to derive unit price, you need to write sales divided by quantity, guys. Quantity. Sales divided by quantity. So for some reasons, quantity is coming as 0. Take an example. When some reasons quantity values are 0. So in this column, unfortunately, there is a junk data, quantity is 0. When you divide any number with 0, you'll get in the output infinity. So when you have any column which contains infinity values, when you have any column which contains infinity values, when you have any column which contains infinity values, so it is not possible to perform any arithmetic operation. It is not possible to perform, it is not possible to perform what? Arithmetic operations. So that is the reason I don't want to get infinity values here. So whenever we need to avoid divide by 0 errors, so I can write a condition like this. Instead of directly going and writing this formula, I can write if quantity column is coming as 0, if quantity column is coming as 0, quantity column is coming as 0, and I want to show output as blank value. I want to show output as blank value. So when quantity is other than 0, I want to divide sales by quantity. Sales by quantity. If the quantity is other than 0, we need to perform sales by quantity. This time what it will do is, so whenever for some reasons quantity values are coming as 0, so when you are getting 0 here, so it will show in the output as blank value. So when it is other than 0, it will perform the calculation so that I will not get infinities. So look at this. When I am getting, I don't have any zeros to test it. For that reason, I am taking quantity equal to 2 to just test it. So when quantity is coming as 2, in the output you will get what? Blank. When quantity is coming as other than 2, you will get this calculation. When I press enter, look at this. When quantity is coming as 2, you are getting the blank value here. When quantity is other than 2, it is performing sales by quantity. So here, when I for some reasons when I am getting 0, I will show the blank values in the output. Otherwise, it will perform the calculation so that I will avoid divide by 0 errors, infinity errors, infinities. So whenever we need to populate with some blank values in the column, you can go and use a blank function, guys. Blank function. Any questions? Anybody have any questions?
Well, a difference between substitute and replace, is there any?
See, substitute will not work. See, look at this. I have different mobile numbers here. If you know what text you have, if you want to change it, substitute will work. So every mobile number will not be the same, right? Here, in this case, substitute will work. So wherever you find 998902, substitute with 6 stars, it will work. Each person mobile number is something different, right? So if it is, if you think that, so here in our case, even substitute also will work. So what I can do, substitute, and which column? Mobile column. I want to substitute mobile column old text. So old text I have is 99890, I want to 99890 I want to substitute with 8 stars, 6 stars. I want to substitute it. So this time it might work. It might work. But if you know what is the text you have, what you need to substitute, okay. Every person mobile number is not same, right? This first 6 characters for every number is not same. So when we have different mobile numbers for each employee, 6 numbers are different for each person. The substitute will not work. When you want to use substitute is when you know old text, if you want to substitute with new text, you can go it. So this cases substitute will not work. You just need to go with replace. Whatever the 6 characters you have, I want to replace with 6 stars. So you can, any other questions?
Well,
Hello,
can
Sunil.
I use
Hello,
multiple
Sunil.
of-
If you want to pass multiple instance numbers, you need to do in multiple steps, guys. Yes, you can pass multiple instance numbers. I want to replace for second. I want to replace for third. First you need to replace for second, and then in that result you need to replace for third. You can do it. You want to write a big code. Yes, tell me.
Which function will use to short names to full name? Like US to
Concatenate function.
United States.
Concatenate function. Oh, which function will use to get US to full name? Do you have any function there in other languages? So which language you know? Tell me, Raju, which language you know, what function you have there?
Split function.
Which language? No, not split function. Which language, where you know, how can you split US to United States? In which language you find that kind of function? Which language you seen it? Fine, guys. Let me publish these notes. So these are some text functions we'll use. Tomorrow, important class, we'll talk about logical functions. Logical functions.
Neil, can we get this at least DAX classes? If we get recording, that would be better.
You don't get it all the classes. I'll share some DAX classes. These are basic classes. You don't need it. I'll share some DAX classes. Wait, there are some important DAX classes. I'll share that videos. Let me save it. Click on save. So today we discussed about DAX operators and text functions. Text functions. So you can download this file. I'll publish this file, right? You can download that file, and when you go and see any column, you'll see what is the formula we've written there. So once I'm done with DAX class, what you need to do is I'm saving this file. I publish this file to Power BI service. So I'm publishing this file to 8 p.m. Jan 2021 Power BI files. When I publish there, what you can do is just log into that workspace. So I'm closing it. So what you people need to do is, just let me close this. What is happening? Fine. Once it got published, just close this. Once you close this, I want to see what formulas we written today. You just go to app.powerbi.com and log in with user 32. Once you logged in here, go to the workspace 8 p.m. Jan 2021 Power BI files and go to the content folder. Today we published notes with the name DAX operators and functions, right? Open this, download that Power BI file, download the PBX file. When you download it, a report will be downloaded to your local machine. So when a report is downloaded here, so it was not pasted complete text there. Why? Fine, let me paste the complete text. So when you open it, you can see what are the formulas we written for today's class. So you just go to the data view and go to the table where we written some formulas. When you go and select any column, under that column what formula we written we will see. Under that column what formula we written we will see. So you can refer it. In the orders table, what are the formulas we written here? We can see it, guys. When I select any column, for that column what formulas we written we can see. And I don't see complete text. Okay, you have it. Fine, you have it. So before we stop for today, anybody have any questions?